Hi everyone. So I've been debating back and forth whether to do this vlog or not, for obvious reasons. Um, but I got so many DMs of so many of you that are currently have COVID or are scared of having COVID. So I decided to tell you guys my experience. It goes without saying that obviously I am not a doctor. I am just telling you guys from my experience how I got COVID and what I felt, and take it as it is. I know that there will be people that will criticize me for doing this video. But at the end of the day, I'm used to sharing basically everything with you guys. And if you guys ask me to do it, I don't see the harm in it either. So just take it as it is, my personal experience, and let's get started. So, on January 5th, I started with my first symptom. I woke up with a sore throat. But I didn't think too much of it. Back home, in my old house, we didn't have AC, so I thought it was just that. And I was feeling a little like I was getting a little bit like I was getting cold. I would get my chills, and so I was wearing like sweaters in the house, but I didn't think too much of it. On January 6th, I woke up again with a sore throat and a headache. And I mean, TMI, but it was my last day of my period, and I always get a headache when I'm finishing my period. So I didn't think too much of it. And again, I had a little sore throat, but nothing crazy. I do remember that on January 6th, that night, my eyes were burning. I remember I was in Enzo's room and we were watching TV, and like my eyes started to burn, and I was like, that's weird. But again, didn't really think too much of it. Luckily, since, we barely moved, I've really just been at home unpacking. A lot of people ask me, if I know where I got it. And the reason, well, I'll jump back into that. On January 7th, I woke up around 7 or 8 a.m. And I was feeling a little fatigued, a little tired. And I remember by 10:30 a.m., I texted Hector and I asked him where he was because I just needed to lay down. By then, I was feeling, feverish. I was feeling, I had a little bit of, I had chills. I was extremely tired. And at that point, I knew something was wrong. I laid in bed for the whole day, and at 4 p.m. I went to the urgent care that was doing COVID testing, and I tested positive for COVID. When I was at the urgent care, they took my temperature, and I had 100 in fever, and I had a little bit of a cough, but nothing too crazy. And then the next day, on January 8th, I woke up with a massive headache, kind of like when you have a fever and, the next day your head is sore. That's kind of how I felt, but I was feeling much better. So at that point, I was like, okay, I think I'm fine. I think that was the worst of it. I had still not lost my smell or taste, so I was hopeful that I wasn't going to lose it. On January 9th, I woke up without a taste or smell, again with a headache. So after that, I had a headache for about 5 or 6 days straight. It was a lot of just like sinus pressure and like nasal congestion, but it was crazy because I could breathe perfectly. I didn't have a clogged nose. It was just like I just felt that there was a lot of pressure. It was kind of like that head throbbing. I could not function, couldn't even look at my phone. A lot of people were like, oh, just like do online shopping and like Netflix. But at that point, I literally couldn't do anything but just like lay in bed. It was almost like I was suffering from a migraine. Another thing I should mention is that I would wake up every morning just drenched in sweat. It almost reminded me of like my postpartum journey, because I would have to change my pajamas like twice a day. I would just like sweating and sweating and sweating. I don't know if that is common for some people, but I think it also has to do a little bit with the fact that I was taking a bath every day. I was taking Epsom salt baths to help me kind of detoxify. And obviously I was drinking a lot of liquids, a lot of water. And so for the next couple of days, I just had like the worst congestion and the worst headache. And on January 13th or January 12th, I started feeling a lot better. It was the first day I woke up without a headache, but I still took it easy. I was at home. I was still quarantining. I quarantined in this room. Hector nor Enzo showed any symptoms, and luckily they haven't shown any symptoms. Hopefully they're in the clear. On January 13th, I went to go get tested because Hector was getting a little anxious. I was getting a little anxious. I was obviously feeling super guilty that I couldn't be with Enzo. So I went to go get tested and I tested negative. And, you know, I think it kind of makes sense because it had been 10 days since my first symptom. And that's it. I mean, I say it very easily right now, but it wasn't easy at all. It was really hard. It definitely took a toll on me. I still don't feel 100%. I feel super tired. You know, even while I'm here at home, I'm unpacking, but I have to take like my time, and sometimes I have to just rest because I get tired super easily. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I run and I love to run, but I do need to go see a doctor to check out my lungs before I start running. A lot of my doctor friends have recommended that. I do not want to do this video because I don't want people to take it lightly. I do think that COVID takes a huge toll on your body, and it's really hard, even at, you know, if you're a healthy person. It's kind of like playing roulette. You don't know how it's going to hit you. I did suffer from an anxiety attack, like on day 8 or day 9. I think it was mainly because I was becoming impatient. I'm not a person that likes to stay still and let alone kind of be in bed all day. So it was really rough. It was really rough to suffer from that, especially because I'm not that type of person. If you know me, people that know me know that I'm super chill. And I don't really suffer from anxiety, but it definitely was something that hit me. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, you know, you read the news and you see what's, you know, so many people that have been affected by this virus that it definitely gets to your head. But all this time, you know, I tried to meditate and I tried to pray and pray God to like give me the strength to kind of just stay calm, and let my body like overcome this virus. And I think it's very important to stay positive. But, you know, all in all, I feel super grateful that I was able to recover relatively quickly. But like I said, I'm still recovering from it. Even though I have tested negative, I'm still very much kind of just staying at home. I went to get an IV today. I was recommended to do that, just to get all my, to get my immunity back and to get all my levels up to par, just because I do feel very depleted from this virus. So yeah, I mean, this is like my story. I hope you guys, take comfort in knowing that, yes, I was able to overcome it, but don't take it lightly. I think it's something that we should all take into consideration. I, moved from California. We're in California. They're definitely more strict than in Florida. And I was taking all the precautions. I was wearing a mask always, even outdoors. Of course, when we, would go out to eat, we would eat outside and we would eat 6 feet apart from other people. but I just don't know who or where I could have gotten it. I think, you know, if I would have known, I wouldn't have gotten it. That's kind of the thing with this virus, is that, you know, a lot of people, I mean, we just don't know. So all in all, I want to thank everyone for your well wishes. I felt so much incredible support from all of you. And I just wanted to share my story. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time.